Lifelines began in 1999, really in response to some questions that we had on campus. We realized that it was harder and harder to spend time with non-believers, like a good chunk of time, and we needed to do something to change their view of what Christians and God was all about. A friend of mine was a raft guide at the time, and so we decided to start taking students out on rafting trips. It began very simply. We would take non-believers and they would spend the whole day with us. What we started to do was create programs in our outdoor experiences for students to develop in character, teaching them concepts that would hopefully help them for a lifetime. The mission of Lifelines is to use the outdoor experience to help students grow in relationship with God, in relationship with each other, in character, and in leadership.
We're not just outdoor guides, but we're also spiritual guides. As we have fun with students, as they learn to trust us physically, they also learn to trust us emotionally.
And so what we want to do is give them a gospel experience on one of these outdoor trips. When they face fear, show them how the Bible speaks to fear, help them process that as a group.
And one of the things we talk about when we're rock climbing is trust. And we could talk about trust sitting over a table at a Union or at a Starbucks, but when you're out there, when the man below you is holding the rope, that's when you really begin to experience what it means to trust someone with your life.
As a staff team, last month we spent over 400 hours with non-Christians, rock climbing, hiking, canoeing, kayaking, while exploring some of the deeper questions of life.
One of the values of Campus Crusade for Christ is that every student be sent, whether they go into full-time ministry or a full-time vocation after college, that they are able to have a ministry. And so what I like about Lifelines is that they actually experience how to engage non-Christians in a way that attracts them to Christian ideas and to Jesus himself.
I went to church every Sunday growing up until I started high school, and then my family really stopped going to church. I don't really affiliate myself with the church personally. I'm very spiritual. I do believe in God.
I think there's something out there. I'm not sure what, but I believe there's something higher out there, some kind of spirituality or something.
I got involved with Lifelines because I was looking for a Christian ministry on campus. I have brought friends with me on several different Lifelines trips, just friends from the dorms and my volleyball team as well. And they've all just had a blast. Whether or not they're really interested in the spiritual aspect of it, they love the trip, but they all actually have really enjoyed starting to think about the questions, and I've had some really good conversations with them about life and about God and what I believe.
So we were at the activities fair when school first started in the first week, and I saw this guy yelling, "Free trips!" And I was like, I like trips, why not?
Going in, I was just really expecting to spend my Saturday hiking.
One trip on a hike, we talked about boundaries.
And you guys talked about leadership, so that was very interesting for me, kind of captivating.
They just like accept me as the way that I am. Like, they're not like gonna put the burden as, oh, you are not Christian, you are not white.
It's tough just because of distractions, and Fridays and Saturdays you just start drinking or whatever.
You know, it's not always easy to find people who are always willing to lend an ear.
It's once a week, you just show up and it's campfire. It's a good time to focus on what's important, so that's usually why I go to Fireside.
We talked about the idea of bonding and how we need to bond with God and what that looks like. I was just so intrigued, I started going to a Bible study, and soon after someone shared the gospel with me. I became a Christian and have been involved with Lifelines ever since.
Lifelines has helped me become more comfortable at putting myself in a vulnerable situation. It's a balance of adventure and safety.
Every outing changes you a little bit for the better. It's an experience.
Sometimes we'll actually have students ask, how do you offer this for free? We're able to offer this for free because there are churches and individuals and families that care about college students. We're actually able to run these trips quite inexpensively because we own all of the gear and we are actually the certified outdoor guides. So now you're talking less than $200 to take a group of 15 students out whitewater rafting. Despite the fact that we're able to offer these trips really inexpensively to students, there are some costs involved. So we have transportation, insurance, replacement of gear, maintenance of gear. A gift of $100 would be able to scholarship 8 students on a whitewater canoeing trip. A gift of $800 would allow us to buy a brand new canoe.
We believe God's plan for Lifelines is much bigger than what it is today. That He wants to take this to reach the schools here, but also the tough places like Europe.
So we ask people, consider giving to Lifelines to help build the kingdom of God on the college campus.